takes some coordination. I really appreciate it. I also think it's very important for you to get to know your candidates. I'm going to speak to you tonight about 4 pressing issues in our community and what I'm going to do about them as a council member. They are transportation, housing, public health and safety, and economic development. As a little bit of introduction, just to paint a picture here, next month, my older son Jeff will turn 20. He's a college student. He's formulating his life right now. He has to develop a picture of what he wants to look like in 20 years. He needs to plot out the steps he's going to need to take to get there, and he needs to start moving on that right now. Next month also, the city of Santa Clarita turns 20. What do we want to be when we grow up? What do we want to look like? How do we want to function in 20 years from now when we have double the population in this valley? And that's what's being projected. My immediate focus when I'm elected, first, transportation. I will work with my fellow council members to improve and increase mass transit, both within the valley and for commuters. In the short term, we need to increase Metrolink service. We need to make sure that workers can connect in the cities that they're going to so that they can get to work, get to those destinations. We also need to increase mass transit across the city. We need to make it convenient. We need to make it desirable to reduce the traffic across the city. In the long term, we need to work regionally on rapid rail. That is the only way we're going to decrease congestion on our freeways. Roads are important, but we cannot build our way out of traffic congestion just by building roads. And most planners will tell you that. I want to expand mass transit because it's essential. Housing. I will work to add housing for our seniors and for our workforce that's affordable. We have a lot of seniors in our valley who are on fixed incomes. They're struggling. They're paying rents of $700, $800, and they have pennies to spare by the time they've paid their rent. We have an aging population. There are going to be more of us. It's going to be a bigger problem down the line, and we need to tackle that right now. Service employees. Businesses in our valley are having trouble bringing in employees here because we don't have workforce housing. Our school districts are some of our major employers. They're having trouble bringing good teachers to this valley. I want to look at all of the options, including creating a housing trust fund and any other mechanism we can to generate affordable housing. Public health and safety. I will work to bring another hospital to this valley. I said 2 years ago that we needed to bring another hospital here. I said I wanted it on the east side. I'm not in a position to control that, but I hope that we can get something out here. And if that does not site, if it really is going to go to the 126, then we need to look at creating an annex from that facility out here in Canyon Country. I will work with the county to expand and improve our current sheriff's station. The city is actually talking about redoing the property right now, that's our civic center, enlarging that facility for our sheriff's department. But I heard mention a substation, and we really do need a full substation here in Canyon Country. I asked about a year ago for the city to look at a community center for Canyon Country, and in our study session for the Planning Commission last night, I was told that the city is considering creating the substation as a part of that community center. When we build that, we need to build it for the future. We need to plan to expand because we will probably need a full station. Fire stations, we all know what happened here. We really have to be prepared. We have to have those facilities. We have to have them come online because as we build out, as we are in high fire zone areas, we need to have the protection. And we need that throughout the city. I want to bring into balance facilities for public health and safety, along with necessary services, and overall community development, because it's very important how we develop. in order to keep our communities safe and healthy for the long term. I will work to create and sustain a healthy business environment. We need a diverse business base. We need to have some major industries here. And if we demonstrate that we are planning and developing this community as we should, we'll bring that financial investment. So we need to have that anchor, but we also need to support our small businesses. Again, our small businesses are having a lot of trouble paying rents. We need to come up with some creative solutions for them. I will work with the Chamber of Commerce, other business organizations, the College of the Canyons, I've already been in discussion, to support small business development, keep it here, and help us incubate new businesses. Small businesses and large businesses balance and support one another and keep our economy healthy. Improving in these 4 areas in a sustainable way will help to resolve some of the other issues we have. Water, air quality. It'll help with traffic congestion. But again, it has to be balanced. We need to look at this systemically. We are a connected community. That's what a lot of people tell me they like about this community. When they drive back over the hill at the end of the day, they have a sense of belonging. We're not going to be able to keep that sense if we don't develop in a systemic way, a sustainable way, if we don't develop in a balanced way. So I would say my vision really goes beyond smart growth, because smart growth to me talks about structure, really. What I want to say is healthy growth, connected growth, balanced growth. Why vote for me? Well, first, I have experience. I have had the honor of serving as one of your planning commissioners for the last 5 years, and I love it. I think it's a wonderful challenge. I love serving the city, and I have been dealing with many of the issues that are at the core of what your city council does, planning and development. 2, I'm very committed. I do my homework. I read all of my material, and then some. I talk to people, I find out what other communities are doing. I read books about how you create great cities, because this is a passion. I want to make this city the best it can possibly be. And because I do my homework, I ask good questions. I get good results, and I bring added value to the dais. And because I do my homework and I have that experience, I can see the details and I see the big picture. And you really have to be able to do that as a council member. And you need to do your homework. I really can't wait to serve as your council member, because I know I can make a difference. I want this to be the very best city it can be. This can be a great city that's wonderful well into the future. I want this to be a place where my sons can live and raise their family, and where your children can too. And we need to get to work on that. So, thank you again for coming the night before Thanksgiving, and I look forward to answering your questions.